a draw with Everton, home draw 0-0. I mean, I can feel the frustration from Arsenal fans is palpable after that result.
Yeah, absolutely. It was really a hugely disappointing afternoon at the Emirates, and I think there's been a lot of soul searching the last couple of days since the full-time whistle. Certainly, sitting around me in the press box, you could just sense as that second half sort of meandered towards the close, and it felt pretty inevitable with 20-25 minutes to go that was going to end 0-0. And the sort of realisation as that set in, and the frustration and disappointment of knowing that it was a big opportunity missed. I think sort of with news filtering through of what was going on at Anfield as well, and looking like Liverpool were going to drop points, you just wanted that final 20-minute push from Arsenal to get themselves over the line and get themselves what would have been a really crucial goal, and it never came. And you could really sense the frustration afterwards. And certainly the online has not been a pretty place to be for the last 48 hours. I think there's a lot of frustration amongst not all Arsenal fans, but certainly some Arsenal fans right now, and that they haven't really taken an opportunity that's been given to them over the last week or so in the Premier League.
Was it just one of those games, that can happen, especially with Sean Dyche having 10 days to prepare Everton? Did Arsenal do most things right apart from score a goal, or was it maybe, did it show signs of bigger problems that could end up, being the difference between Arsenal challenging for the title and not challenging for the title?
I think it was a bit of both. I think definitely more of the latter, to be honest. I think there was worrying signs from Arsenal's performance in that game. Like, Everton were really good. You could tell they had 10 days to prepare and had worked on nothing but how to stop Arsenal for 10 days. And they did it really, really well. And credit to them for that. But, Arsenal had enough of that ball. They dominated the game from start to finish. I think Everton had 2 shots. So they had enough of the ball, all of the territory. They had no real concern of threat behind them. And so you would have expected them to be able to prize Everton apart, even as well drilled as they were, but they just never looked like doing it. They had a few chances in the first half that mainly fell to Martin Odegaard that he didn't take. They had a Saka shot at the start of the second half where you thought, okay, here we go. This is going to be the real push here to get the goal. But they never really tested Jordan Pickford after that. And that last 20 minutes, 25 minutes where you expected a full-on siege of the Everton goal just never came. It was just pass, sideways, side. The old, when things aren't quite clicking for Arsenal, when they just get into that horseshoe pattern of, you could look at the sort of heat map of the territory in the second half, and it's dominant in a horseshoe shape, but there's nothing in and around the penalty area, and that's what it was with Arsenal. And he made some bold substitutions that didn't work. Ultimately, he tried to change the game. He gave Ethan Nwaneri over half an hour. He took Martin Odegaard off to the surprise of pretty much everyone, even though Odegaard hadn't had a good game and hasn't had the best of fortnights in terms of performances. And the subs didn't work. It made Arsenal more disjointed, if anything. And the threat just tailed away. Everton were very, very comfortable, I thought, in that final 25 minutes.